Welcome. Today we'll use a blanket as a prop if you have something available. Samasthiti, same standing pose. This is a cultivation of a physical posture. It is mountain pose with the feet closer together. It is also a moment for coming inwardly with your awareness. Breathing slowly, focusing your mind on holding yourself in this moment, sensing vital energy of your life force, the body, the world. Breathing in for the Om. Om. As an energy hold, this mudra. Release your arms. Step your feet into mountain pose. Some salutations to begin. So firmly planted, the little tone in your low belly, legs firm. Next time you breathe in, reach your arms up slowly. This is strengthening an important part of your back muscles, your lower trapezius as you reach up. Exhale, forward fold. First one, let your knees bend as they need to, so your spine can come forward slowly towards your legs. Head down, chin tucks here. Half lifting pose. Bring your hands up a little, press your arms straight and your spine, your upper back nice and flat. Exhale, fold towards your legs. Just let your hands go where they go. All the way up to standing. Power it up with your legs. Slow reach, breathe in. Breathe out, bring your arms down. Twice more like that. Just getting into movement and breath. Ujjayi pranayama. Exhale as a fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, stand. Reach. Exhale, return to mountain. Time. Take your time, slow breathing, slow movement. Tummy tones on that ardent Tanasana. Fold again towards the legs, calm energy, chin tuck. Lengthen your head, the top of your head as you start to stand up. Your spine comes up, extend it. Exhale, bring down your arms. Step your feet slightly wider. Upward arms, open hands, inhale. Exhale, kiss, pull your elbows to your sides. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, pull. Breath of fire. So you can start to pump the breath with this movement. Start slowly. So it's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Nothing rushed. Shoulder blades squeeze together and down a bit. 10. Pause, hold the belly center. Exhale deeply. Stay with the belly hold or do one more set of breath of fire with the lat pulse. So creating that nice healthy shoulder blade position together and down the back. Inhale, exhale. That feels complete. Catch your navel center with both hands, bringing the feet together. Notice the energetic quality. Energized and grounded. Exhale one more time. Sun salutation proper, mountain pose. A variation, we'll do 3. I'll do some variations with the first one. Getting into that meditative flow. Ekam, just the number 1 means reach up, breathe in. Dve, 2 is the fold towards the legs. Wherever that is, hands come down, head comes down. 3, half lifting pose. 4, plank pose of your choice. Give it 5 breaths. So, for example, the knees can be down. Try to create positive patterns in your body, causing no harm. Bring down your knees if they've lifted and untuck your toes. Upward facing dog, strong straight arms. Lift your rib cage. Ease your pelvis forward, tone in your belly. So closing your eyes to focus on that low back belly, strength and connection. 2, 3. Release slowly back to puppy, tucking the toes, lengthening the spine. Release as much tension as you can in the poses. Only the effort needed. Teaches us discernment, economy, conservation. One more time, breathe out in puppy. Downward facing dog. This puppy with the knees up. The arms are straightening, hands spread and press. Uplift the belly. Reach the heels down. Strengthens the shoulders, chest, back, whole body. Core pose. Breathe out. Make your way to half lifting pose and breathe in. Fold towards the legs, breathe out. Inhale back to the up reach slowly. Exhale back to mountain. 2 more times, feeling free to use the variations on the knees. 10 poses. Exhale, folding. Inhale, extending. Mix up the leg that goes back first if possible. Exhale for 1, 2, 3. Plank pose awakens the belly center. Feel it protecting your back. 5. From plank, knees down, release the toes. Explore upward facing dog for 1 breath. Lengthen the front body, down gaze. Exhale, take your time, go through the knees to downward dog. Unless you know that you are strong enough to do it without that transition. 1, 2. Head down, Nabi Drishti. That means the navel is the focus in the eyes and the mind. 1 more time, find your uplift there. Long spine, breathe out. Deep into the knees, gaze forward, and inhale, step to half lift pose. Slowly release your breath, fold towards your legs. Standing up. Move with your breathing. Exhale, release. 1 more time. Sun gratitude. Sun honoring. Spread hands, go back. If you want to play with chaturanga in your blanket, hug your elbows in and dip down a bit. Starting to introduce that shape to your body over time. This is part way. A determined press to straighten the arms, guiding yourself into the upward dog. Shoulders roll back and down. Slowly transition to the downward dog. Give it 5 breaths. Once you've done your refinements, nice open hands. Press that circle of the palms. Maybe lift your toes a bit on this one. Firm your thighs. Relax your toes. Focus on your spinal lengthening. Belly uplift. One more breath. Coming forward, deep end of the knees, gaze forward. Maybe give it a hop or step lightly. High halfway lift. Pull towards your legs, breathing out. Inhale, stand. Slowly reach. Exhale, bring down your arms. Transform. Bring your feet together for Utkatasana today. Big toes touch if they will, or just close legs. Work with yourself. Compassion. Bend your knees, sitting down and back. Heels are slightly separated. So low body steady and grounded. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice long spine. And then turning enough to bring your left arm on the outside of your right leg, reaching your right arm up. 1. Do this to your own degree. 1 more time. Variations on the dancer theme today. Center, other side. Low body steady, strong. A little twist to bring across the arm. Add the other one. Bring it all together. 1 more time. Exhale, come down. Inhale, straighten your legs. Stepping back to the crescent. Left leg first. Bending over the ankle on the front leg. Starting to use the intelligence of our feet a great deal. Big toe root grounding on the front leg. Lower your back knee towards the floor. Hover it today and bring up the arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come out with the kick. Mounted. Second side meditation. Step back. Get into the ball of the foot. Center your front knee. Using the toes, there's such detail work in the feet to find just the right amount. Then hovering the knee low today, bringing up the arms. The shoulders will come up slightly when we reach our arms. That's normal. Just try not to overly do that. Give your neck some freedom. Add a little up face here. 4, bring it all together. 5, kick it out as you're ready. Come forward, open mouth, exhale. This time going back first with your right leg. Back to the crescent. Doing the twist like we did in your Utkatasana a moment ago. So low body steady, grounded. A little bit of a twist to bring your hand to the outside and the up reach. 1. Find a steady gaze. 4, 5. Release the twist, changing sides. Centered, grounded, lower body. A little turn to reach across. Open it out. Let your eyes just steady. Find a spot. 1 more time. Facing back to center. Coming out. Warrior A and Warrior B. Right leg back. B. Elbows wide, open chest variation. Arms. 5. Mix your arms. B. Turn to the side, reach it out, back and forth. Use your feet to stretch out your lunge a bit, side facing. Head turns forward. As you're breathing, check in gently. Release your arms. Come to wide standing position, facing the right side. Lift your feet into wide parallel feet. And the lateral lunge, bend your knee towards your toes, like you're stretching your mat longer with your feet. Pushing into the straightened leg side as you do the one leg squat. This one. Other side, inhale up, glute squeeze, center, tall. Track your knee towards your toes. Stretch the feet apart from each other without moving them. Spread your hands on your thighs to support your torso. One more time, breathe out. Come up. VA squat, turn out, goddess. Knees track towards the toes. So change your toes, change your position, toes in more if you need to keep the knees tracking properly. Your right elbow under your left and hug your shoulders, tuck your chin. Concentrate on balance as well. Other side, switch up the arms. Chin tuck. Open up straight, heels out the bed, so it needs to down, and a gentle upward breath. And out breath, bring down the arms. Try that for now for the other side. Here, Vajrasana, A, stepping back, find the forward lunge, spinal extension in warrior A. Elbows wide with the base, at the chest. Notice the energetic quality. So standing is always grounded, but this is energizing the upper body. Release, B, turn to the side, space out your feet, rebend your knees, move the arms, turn the head. Promoting balanced energy, working with both sides of the body, breathing out again. Breathing up to the wide foot position. Inhale, exhale, a forward fold. You may bend your knees down, holding the ankles or maybe encircling the big toes. The first two fingers dive in between the big toe. And the next one, the thumbs touch the fingers around the toes. Lengthen your spine, shoulders and belly up. Strong Uddiyana Bandha, navel towards the spine. One more time, breathe deeply. Strong in your belly. Using that strength to stretch the back of the body. Needs to come up in two parts here to come partway up. Breathe out, tone your belly. Breathe in, come up the rest of the way. Settle your shoulders where they belong, shoulder blades together and down the back. Back to the turnout of goddess. Find your stance a little bit challenging with your balance and your depth. Dancing the traditional arms, elbows up, palms up towards the ceiling, fingers dance. Adding a rotation here. In the center, and then twist towards your right side. Your torso, keep your legs steady. Stop at any point, one. Steady spot for the eyes, down the nose, wherever it is. Center, other side, tall, turn, one, Keep your knees from collapsing inward, don't forget. 3. You're trying to. 4, 5. Back to center. Release. Straighten your legs. Come on out. A little warm. Shiva's twist. This we ask a balance on one foot or with the toes touching. So shift your weight into your left leg. Pick up your right knee like there's a string to the sky. Lift it up. Float it up. If you need to, keep your toes on the floor. And then, like we just did, that floating elbows, turn your torso towards the bent knee and then bring the knee across your body. Shiva's twist. You might have seen this one in statue form. One of the dancing poses. Come back and release. Moment to ground and settle. The other side. Shifting weight. String except the knee. Arms float. Twist the upper body and add a little lower body twist too. For 1. One more time. Release. Come down. Back. Sure, we got to all of this. Good about that. It's a standing practice. Let's do one more energy hold before we leave feet. Unshakable courage gesture, woven fingers, thumbs wide. Stand in your mountain. Downward pressing feet, tone in your belly. Centered spine. Time, courage. Peace. Arms up, breathe in. Coming into the rocking forward fold. So get a nice length as you come down. Wherever you like to go with your hands, make any refinements in your feet. You can hold your elbows, rocking in the feet, head way down. Strong Uddiyana Bandha in this pose. That means the low belly has some drawing up energy. It's way down low in front of your pelvis. Your hands to either side of your pelvis and just slip your first 2 fingers in front of your hip bones and just create that energy or sense that lift there. Place your hands down so that you can take your legs back. Put your knees down, release your toes. Chaturanga dips from the knees for 5. So spread hands. They spin out so do the shoulders, which spins the elbows inward a little bit. Forward and down, and release. 2. Feet can float up or not. 3, 4, 5. Back to the child's pose of your choice. So the knees can be wide or close. Draping the arms, letting them find a restful place, and then bringing your forehead towards your knees so your neck gets very long in this pose. Slow breathing. The breath can move up into the upper ribs if you feel like you can't quite get your breath, if you're really consolidated in child's pose. Another time, wait for a breath to start. Breathing out. Lengthen your spine, your neck. Swim it on out to the belly. Do that forearms position. Coming into your Sphinx pose. A moment, nice and easy on the belly to find the centered rock, the pelvis till it feels free in the front, grounding the front legs and feet a little wide. Your elbows a little bit back towards your body, spreading your hands or bringing them together. Create some tone in your low belly. Close your eyes, meditate on that for a moment. It protects your back in this spinal extension. 1. Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha can be added, the drawing up of the pelvic floor. Those are all connected, those muscles. Does this feel grounded and centered in our lives as well? To work on that connection, that part of the body. Breathe out. Yeah. Side lying dancer. Rolling to the left side of your body, supporting your head. Ridge line to begin. Side mountain. Let your top hand touch the low belly. Stillness there. Bending your top knee towards your glutes, towards your seat. And then bring in your arm, catching comfortably, chin, ankle, foot. Bring it towards you first, heel towards the hip. Mindful of your shoulder and chest, not overworking. Four, bottom leg is grounding. 5, now the dancer, where we open this up into a half bow, pressing the foot or leg into your hand. Bring your pelvis forward. 1, opening up that shape. A different kind of balance than when we're standing in dancer. 4, one more time, not forcing and not holding back. 5, take your time releasing those actions and come to the center. Pause. Go to the other side, ridgeline pose. Balance. Let's take some core strength. A little attention, give yourself a moment to find that. You could always bend the bottom leg if you need more stability, just like bend the knee so that it has a little more surface area. And then coming into the preparation first, catch your foot, ankle, or leg and bring your heel towards your hip. You can bend your elbow if you need to help facilitate that. Nice quiet eyes. A cycle of breath. Bring it up to dancer. Press the leg into the hand. Bring your pelvis forward. Ribs lift, so it's a back bend. Ribs lift towards the head. Four, grounding the bottom leg, nice and active, everything. Strong, open. Exhale, start to soften and release. Bring your top hand to the ground in front of you to slow your return to your belly. Turn your head to the right side. It's comfortably supported. Bend your knees, flex your feet, and do some downward facing windshield wipers. Turn your head the other way, switch the stack of your hands if you're doing that variation. Little shoulders down the back. Let your feet rest together, widening your knees. Feet can lower towards the floor if they like. Bring your head to center. One more. Exhale, tone the belly. Work your legs back to center out of the pose. Bring your hands. Let's come out in dolphin pose. So elbows and hands create the triangle. Tuck toes. Lift knees. Walk in. Bring your head back between your arms, your elbows. One. Arm bones press down. Shoulders up. Belly up. Little headstand. With no pressure on the head. Head is floating. One more time. Lots of other elements are shared. Bring your knees down. Release your toes. Pull back a moment. Coming up to cow spine. A little extension. Cat spine. Flexion. Twice more. The pelvis tilts slightly forward, extending. It tilts towards the back, curling the tail under. Through to seated with an option for 5 more breaths in downward dog or puppy first or child's. More. Bring yourself down, cross your ankles, and sit back. Arrive for a moment. The transformation of the practice. Ardha Matsyendrasana. Bring your right leg forward and your left foot across. Then bend your right knee, if that works in your body. We don't usually come into that way. Tall spine, reach your arms, sit up way tall. Turn towards your left side. So think of the spinal rotation first here. Use your hand behind you to support that tall spine. The other arm supports your hip and leg. So you may hug it in if you would like, or just let it rest where it is. Giving this 8 cycles of breath. Bring it all together. Add your Parsvadrishti, side gazing. Five. There's some of that upward movement of the breath in this pose because we're doing a little consolidating. Keep the breath strong. Breathe in your upper rib cage as needed. Don't forget you can breathe up. One more time. Keep tall. Return back to center with your spine. Picking up your top leg into Janu Shirsasana. Move if you need to. Bring your leg out along your bottom foot. Face the straight leg, draw back on the toes. Inhale. Exhale, tilt your pelvis forward and slowly fold out over. Listening to your whole body as far as deciding when you stop. Listen to your folded knee, listen to your spine. Sometimes we move a little bit in the poses, but try not to fidget unnecessarily. 3 more cycles of breath. and 8. Just like coming in, take some time coming out, strengthening the lower back muscles on the way out. Mer person pose, so come on up, set your shoulders, fold your long leg to the inseam. Bring your left hand behind you. Press all of that into the ground and lift up. Hips could stay down and you can just lean and reach back instead if the lift doesn't work. Open the front body, go back. Or, one more time, ease yourself down to your seat. Bring yourself around to the front. Ardha Matsyendrasana. Bend your right knee, bring your foot across. Fold the left heel towards the hip or keep it extended. Tall. Turn your spine. Hand behind. Support your top leg. 1. Exhaling for 4. I need time and space. 8. Fall spine, return slowly to center. Janu Shirsasana. Bring your leg out. Take care of yourself. Any refinements, any props, come out slowly over the straight leg. This is a pelvic tilt forward to find that length. So you can be on a blanket, you can bend your knee. Your version, your beautiful expression of this shape. All the poses are energetic forms. Got my microphone thing. You all keep breathing. Sorry, I just realized that. Yeah. We hope you've been able to hear me okay. Please feel free to speak up if I forget something. 6. Still counting the breaths. 7. 8. Slowly release. Mer person, come all the way up, set your upper body. Fold in the back leg to the inseam. Spin out your left hand. Lift your chest, reach back. Maybe lift up the hips too, using both legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bending the front body a bit. Different energy. 5. Come down with control, release carefully. And sit for a moment, please getting your blanket. Be done without a blanket. It's nice to open up the blanket so that you have a roll that's wider than your torso. It's a little bit wider than my mat. You roll it up. Nothing too big or intense here. So you can always use a less amount. Kind of knowing yourself as far as this is, we're going to lie back on this. So it's a little bit of a back bend in the upper back. Soft, not too much. I turn to the side for demonstration purposes, so you can stay on your mat as you like. So we need to do a little bit of easing back to the elbows and then over the rolled blanket so that it is behind it's by your shoulder blades, it's behind your heart. So it's in your thoracic spine. Give yourself a moment to resettle your low back, nice and centered. Few breaths to calm and slow the nervous system. Feeling free to move your arms and legs into position of your choice. You could spend some time with Supta Baddha Konasana, the reclined butterfly shape, if that works, if it's positive. Got my hands behind my head, elbows wide. Change that if you like. Letting the blanket support help open up the upper back, chest. Relax your eyes, breathing slowly, calmly. Exhaling for 7. Get really slow with your breath for 3 more cycles. Inhaling. Exhaling. Twice more. Exhaling once more, grounding the navel and the pelvic floor. Releasing your feet to the ground carefully if they are not already there. Leave your fingers behind your skull. Bring your elbows together and curl up over your blanket and go back slowly a few times. Of course, don't do anything that's irritating. Nice, mild, soft uplift back there. Bring some mobility to that upper back. Release. One more time, like coming off the rolled blanket. You can stay if you're not using one. You can go to one side or sit up. So we just did that curling up, couch your shins, rock up. Take your blanket away and come down to your back again, guiding your knees to your chest. You can take a moment and refold your blanket to be a pillow if you would like. Rock the knees in and away. Bring them out over your belly and rock them side to side. It's where that is comfortable with the knees. We all have our own femur length. And finding center. Inverting the legs. So poses like happy baby, get your feet into the air, that's fine. I'm gonna lead some shoulder stand and flower practice today for the lovely deep stretch this is of the upper back and the neck. If it's in your practice, it is too much for your body, we get to know that. So we have a centered head off any blankets, so the neck has a space. Feel that space. We want to keep that space. In bridge pose, we want to keep that space. In this pose, we want to keep that space. Okay, so the back of the head presses into the floor a little bit. The upper back is also rounded. Bring your legs close to your body, feet walk in, arms by your sides, lift your feet one at a time. Straighten your legs up into the air. Press into the arms, continuing to lift up. So you can stop at any point. You could use a block. You can lift up part way.
You can continue to lift your legs up towards the ceiling as you like. Remember the space for the neck. Strong belly, reach the legs. Five, 3 more breaths. 8. Coming into a second variation, perhaps a plow variation where you're bringing your legs towards your torso. If your hips are lifted, moving them towards the floor, resting on the tops of the feet. Arms can release to the floor or interlace. 1. Keep your neck space so the chin is off the chest. 1 more time. With control, bringing yourself out of your shape, slowly bringing the spine down. Bringing the knees in. You'll be doing some happy baby, wide knees. Counter pose, fish pose. Let's do the heart lift variation, which can be a lot for bodies. So this version is a milder version that gives us a chance to open up the throat a little bit. So hands comfortably behind you, legs out, sit up tall, lift your chin, gaze down your nose. 1. Give your throat a little space. 1 more time. Release. Coming back down. Step your feet in 1 at a time. Lying twist variation. Shift your pelvis over to the right about 2 inches. Bring your knees to the left, letting them stack or stackish. You could use your blanket between your knees in this pose. Stretch out your arms and turn your head. Mid-back rotation, neck rotation. Nice and long. Breathe along the spine. 1 more. Exhale. Feel it tone the belly and the pelvic floor. Take your time coming back to center. Pick up, center your spine first, and then shift to the side for the second side. Lying twist the 2 knees, stack version. When free to use your arms where they support your pose. That turns away from the knees. Breathing out once more. Come back to center with mindfulness. Be a deep, deep stretch in that twist. Give yourself time coming back, not wanting to cause any irritation in the practice. So if you ever do irritate your body, note that and do less, do it differently in the future. So ahimsa, the non-harming. Have your blanket. Where would you like it to be today? Where is it most useful? Come to resting pose. Centering head and spine. Relaxing. Letting go of the toning in the pelvic floor and belly. You can engage and release a few times to help that release happen. Let the arms and legs settle away from the midline. Rest your eyes. The mouth breath exhale happen. So breath is free. Every year we have been witness to it, how the world descends into a rich mesh in order that it may resume. And therefore, who would cry out to the petals on the ground to stay, knowing as he must how the vivacity of what was is married to the vitality of what will be. I don't say it's easy, but what else will do if the love one claims to have for the world be true? So let us go on, cheerfully enough, this and every christening day, though the sun be singing east, and the ponds be cold and black, and the sweets of the year be due. Lines written in the days of growing darkness. Deeper breathing, a nice balanced energy through breathing. Counting your inhale, and the exhale merge. Wiggle, stretch, and gradually return to your seated place. Um, Thank you.